over some stuff, and I'll obviously link everything down below. The first thing we're going to talk about isn't a favorite yet, but I thought I would talk about it anyway. So this is a foundation from NARS, N-A-R-S, NARS. It's the Soft Matte Complete Foundation. So I just got this. I've had it for like a week and a half, maybe. I haven't used it every single day. So far I like it, but I feel like with foundations, you need to put them to like a huge test before you're like, this is my favorite. What I like about it so far is the shade's really good for me. I got Yukon Light 2.5. The shade's really good. It's very matte and it's like medium to full coverage. So if you put a little, you have a medium coverage. If you put a lot, you have coverage. The texture is very, very interesting to me. It feels like, weirdly enough, similar to the matte packaging of NARS. I don't know how they do it, but that's what it feels like, and I've never experienced that with a matte foundation before, and I've used a lot of matte foundations in my 10 plus years of using foundation, so it's very interesting. I think it's only supposed to be like a 7-hour matte wear or something like that, which probably is true. The reason I'm just not 100% sure if this is like my favorite or not, or whatever, like I like it, I don't mind it, I'm going to use it up. I'm not sure if it's the best foundation I've ever used, and because I've only really worn it at home while I'm filming, and I haven't really like worn it to a wedding, like worn it to the grocery store, you know what I mean? Like, well, I did wear it to the grocery store, but that was like 10 hours after I'd put it on, and like it wasn't looking great. Like, I still do get oily with this, and it does settle into some of my fine lines, but it happens with almost every foundation I wear. It's not a big deal. I still feel like I need to test it more, but I thought I would let you know like my thoughts on it anyway. I don't know why I said like my thoughts on it anyway. I thought I should let you know how I was feeling. I don't hate it. I'm just still experimenting, I guess, and I haven't mixed it with any other foundation yet, and I'm usually a huge foundation mixer, but I've just been trying to figure out like wearing it on its own, that kind of thing. So yeah. Also, this is too much information for some people, but I do find that my skin gets oilier, more oily at certain times of the month, if you know what I mean, and I feel like it's been a little more oily than usual, so that's also why I like to give foundations a little more time. But I will obviously, sorry, I think I have eyelash glue and it's making my eye water. I don't know if that happens to y'all. It like gets on the edge of your eye and it's like super uncomfortable because it's sticky. Anyways, I've been working on this, not sure if I love it, not sure if I hate it. I mean, I don't hate it, I'm just not sure if I'm in love. That was a super long-winded explanation. Anyway, the next favorite is probably no surprise. I also felt like I should let you know how I feel about this, and this is the Tarte Shape Tape. I got the shade 12B Fair Beige. So far, I might have gotten a little too light of a shade, but I like don't mind being a little pale. I'm embracing it. Also, I have this gross scab on my face from where I picked out a pimple, so please ignore that. I am a picker. I don't want to talk about it. It looks horrible. I tried to cover it, but it was like seeping. Too much information, Regan. Too much information. Back to the Tarte Shape Tape. I also have this horrible honestly. Like, it's definitely for that glam. What pores? The Too Faced one is a little laid back, but they're similar. Like, they do the same job essentially. So I like them both. This is just like full-fledged concealer, which is totally fine. I have been liking this. I get the hype. It's so good. And I know what you're thinking, Regan, how can you know why you love this concealer but you're not sure about the foundation? Because I put concealer on the certain spots of my face that aren't as oily, like my under eyes. Like, that's a huge tell if a concealer's good or not, is your under eye. And like, it just looks super good and it blends super easily. Yeah, I feel like concealer's way easier to tell immediately if you like it or not. Whereas a foundation needs to wear because it's all over the face. And I have an oily T-zone. Like, the middle of my face is oily. I do have combo skin because, like, over here, my cheek, down here, it'll never look oily. It'll always look exactly the same. Okay, up next is, probably not surprising either. We're gonna talk about the Laura Mercier translucent powder. I am in love with this. I have nothing but good things to say. I don't know why I didn't buy this powder sooner. I am the kind of person sometimes where if something is like really popular and everyone's using it, I don't succumb to peer pressure. I don't succumb to peer pressure very easily. The Tarte Shape Tape isn't really proving that fact, but I never watched Squid Games. I never watched Game of Thrones. Like, peer pressure, don't really know her. I'm not easily swayed. Okay? But I should have listened about the Laura Mercier powder. I could have been enjoying this powder for years. For years. Instead of being on the hunt for a good loose powder this whole time. This is so good. First of all, it blurs your pores. I mean, when people say it blurs your pores, bestie, you still have pores on your face. There's a layer over them and it looks like nice, but if you look closely, you still have pores. That's a misconception, but it blurs the pores. It is translucent. Like, whatever you set with it, it is going to still be the exact same color, which is amazing when it comes to foundation and concealers. That's what I don't love. I used to use the Maybelline Fit Me loose powder religiously in the shade 05 Fair. It was a really good powder. It added coverage. It was mattifying. It was wonderful. But what I didn't like about it was slightly yellow. So then I would turn yellow throughout the day, and then I would be yellow, and people would be like, "Your foundation doesn't match, sweetie." And I'd be like, "Well, it did this morning." So it oxidizes. This doesn't do that. So it's amazing. I love it for that. It's very smooth. A little goes a long way. It's just such a good powder. So now I will forever have to buy $53 loose powder. I'm hoping this lasts a while. It has 29 grams or 1 ounce. So I hope it lasts because it is expensive, but I don't know if I can go back. And it looks good. Like, you can use it as like a blotting powder when you're oily, and like it kind of just like mattifies your skin again. So good. The only thing I hate about loose powder, like, this is loose powder in general. This is not Laura Mercier's fault in any way. I'm a huge anti-stopper fan in loose powders. Like, I don't want a sifter. I just want to open it and have the powder in there so I can dip in. But that's a personal preference, and I usually take them out, but this one is scary to get out, so I won't be doing that just yet. just find a different one that's not the Laura Mercier. Idiot. Anyways, we're gonna keep going. I guess we can just keep on the realm of face. So this is a brush. It's from a brand called Loud Cosmetics, but they're actually out of business. They were a Canadian company that made brushes, but it's not necessarily this brush exactly, because this is not a good quality brush. The like bristles are quite literally like coming out. The reason this isn't my favorites is because I've been using this smaller brush to pack on foundation powder, and I just like it because I'm getting more of like a precise application. So I'm looking more snatched, you know, so it's not getting right under here and darkening that at all. And the smaller the brush, you know, the more coverage I'm getting. So I've just been using a smaller powder brush, I guess, for my powder, like my powder foundation that I put on after I set everything with this powder. And I've just been really enjoying that, so I thought I would mention that. Although in my get ready with me's I didn't do it, but I got scared that people would be like, that's a lot of powdering, you don't need that much powder, bestie, stay in your lane, worry about your own skin. Okay, so yeah, I just wanted to mention that I've been liking a smaller brush to pack on powder. Okay, up next is a product I talked about last month, but I've just been loving it again, so I like to reiterate myself. This is the Velour Lash Glue, Lash Adhesive. I get the shade black in all my lash glues. And the reason I like this glue is it doesn't bother my eyelids. It's also huge compared to other lash glues. Other lash glues are like this big, so you're getting way more product. I don't know how to explain this. I've tried to explain it before and I'm not sure if it makes sense, but once you put the lash glue on, you stick the lash onto your eye, the glue sort of dries more than, oh my gosh, I have a cut on my finger. It's fine, it's good. I was just like, my finger kind of hurts. Anyway, sorry, distracted. Once you like go to take your lash off and all that kind of stuff, the glue is like dried, so it's not still like, it's still sticky, but it's not noticeably sticky. Like, it's still elasticy because it's glue, but it's more dried. So first of all, it's way easier to get off of your lashes, so you can reuse your lashes, and your lashes are gonna last longer with this glue. Second of all, it doesn't stick into your eyelashes as bad, like your natural lashes, so it's easier to get off of your eye and get off of your lash. So then your natural lashes are in better quality, and because it kind of dries, I would say, faster or like down more than other lash glues, it doesn't irritate the skin on my eyelids, which a lot of lash glues in the past have, especially in the colder weather. It's not so much in the summer, but when I would go outside in -20, -30 degrees Celsius, I would come back in and like I would just have like this red sore eyelids from my lash glue. Like, I swear, it doesn't make sense, but it's what happened. And this so far hasn't bothered my eyes. Like, I used to have to like every couple weeks go a few days without lashes, first of all, to like heal up my eyelids, and then I would have to like scrape off the dead skin. It was horrible. And anyways, I just can't thank Velour Lash Glue enough for saving my eyes. So I just wanted to mention that again because I've been really loving it. And the last 2/3 products are lip products. I'm gonna mention this one because I've talked about it several times in several favorite videos, but I always come back to her. This is a lip gloss by Almer Cosmetics. It's Almar. And this is, I can never say this because it's in Spanish. It's in the shade Coqueta, but I believe collection is this nude S. I think it's a play on words because nude is in English. Anyways, I often will put gloss on mid-afternoon. I think I'm honestly like getting close to the end of this gloss. That's insane. I'll often put gloss on in the afternoon when my lips are kind of starting to dry out. And I kind of just don't want like a matte lip balm anymore. I'm like, give me some gloss. So this is usually my go-to for that. And it's like a brown shade. I can swatch it. Like a brown shade. So it's a colored gloss. Also, the applicator of this is really cool. One side is like the foamy doe foot side, and then the other side is like this silicone kind of thing, so it gets a lot of product on, so you can like get the silicone side on, gloss it up, and then spread it around with the other side. And I find that very interesting. Plus it's like movable. I just think it's really cool, and I've never seen an applicator like that from any other company. Wait, does this smell like anything? I should know. No, it doesn't. I didn't think it did, which I prefer in a lip product because sometimes this probably means I'm like allergic to something, but sometimes when lip products are really scented, my throat kind of gets weird feeling for a while, so I don't love that. Especially if the scent lasts. Like, it's fine if it smells like that, you put it on, it goes away, but if it kind of lasts, it's not it. Okay, and the last product is a lipstick. So this is a lipstick from Maybelline. It's the color Sensational, and it's in the shade Nude Thrill, and it's a bold lipstick. I got this from a subscriber almost a year ago, I suppose, and I never really used it that much, but I popped it on a couple days ago, 2 weeks ago, and I've been wearing it ever since. I have it on right now with my NYX natural lip liner. I don't think I could wear this shade alone, but yeah. I'm starting to get into bullet lipsticks a bit more again. I did swatch this in my nude lipstick video, but I will swatch it again. So it's very nude, very light. It's got like a pinky undertone. Right now it looks pretty dark just due to my lip liner. But you can like obviously add it up. And I've just been liking the shade, liking the lip. I don't know, I've just been enjoying it. I often still kind of wear liquid lipsticks, but this just wears really easily. It does have a scent. It just smells like a Maybelline lipstick, which is a scent in its own, okay? It's sort of vanilla-y, but yeah, I've just been liking wearing it. It is like a matte lipstick, so it's not necessarily like creamy feeling, but it's not drying because it's still like a bullet. And it wears nicely because it's not like dried on your lips. So yeah, I've just been popping this on a lot lately, which I feel like I got it and then I kind of like put it in my lipsticks and I didn't really pay much attention to it. But now I'm paying attention, so yeah, I've been loving this. Also looks good with the gloss over top if you know you need. So yeah, that's my favorites from the month of November. We're doing Christmas content. I've been spending the last few weeks filming it, and I'm really excited. I hope you guys enjoy. I mixed in a couple other things in there because not everyone celebrates Christmas specifically, so it's more holiday themed. Some